Hey everyone, this is Diane. I have these two book covers that I had made quite a long time ago. I had made them with several different themes with this size and shape of book, and I have these left, the fashion ones. I had done botanicals, and I forgot now what the first one was, but they're very fun to do this size. Sort of like a traveler's notebook when you get inside. These pages are 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, so that's pretty close to the size of a traveler's notebook insert, standard size. But it's a hardcover and they're sewn in, so it's not like it's not a traveler's notebook. So anyway, I have these covers that I want to just go ahead and do. I don't like to have unfinished projects around, and I've had these for a while, so we're gonna get these done. So let me just show you. They're just scrapbook paper and fabric. This didn't get glued down very well, but I'm going to stitch through it. So I'll have 3 rows of stitching and that'll hold it down. Looks like I forgot to put glue on that spine. I don't know. I probably did. And that one looks better. So I think they're very pretty. I just used a variety of things to collage on the cover. These ladies were actually cut from vintage, I believe it's 1969 or something like that, pattern catalog, the big ones, the counter catalogs. So I have my pages cut. I've got this pretty scrapbook paper, some graph paper, some wrapping paper, stationery, another page from a pattern book, and then I cut some pieces from the rolls of paper that I got at the flea market. All those rolls of paper that were $1 each. We're having a thunderstorm. Now the rain is picking back up again. It was dying off, but I can hear it again. So I chose 2 pinks and 1 yellow. The main colors in these books is pink, blue, and yellow. Here's a pink one. So there's lots of fun things. So what I want to do today is make some tags. I wanted to have my pages cut so I would know what size pockets I was going to have so I could make sure my tags fit. So I have a pocket piece somewhere, probably not in this one because I haven't collated these pages yet. But I figured, I don't know what I did with that, the piece I cut to be a pocket, but I know that, here it is, a 3 1/2 inch tag will fit in it. So, or 3 1/4 inch, I think. So I have 3 1/4 inch tags here, and this is what we're going to do. I picked out some images to put on them, and I need to just do some collage. I'll move my glues over here where I can reach them better. I have a variety of things I can collage with, and I may have to get some more. I don't know. Might as well pull this. My German measuring tape. I can probably use that. So I want to start with the inventory tags. I have to finish cutting her. Okay, I have her cut out. I could wrap it around the back and leave it there, but I want you to have journaling space on that, so I'm going to cut it. I wonder if you can hear that rain on the video. It just picked up again. I love rain. I don't like driving in it, so I'm glad I'm inside listening to it. I just want to keep everything quite simple in these journals. This is kind of a, you know, I just thought of the phrase cleansing my palette in between more detailed, I guess, journals. So I already had these covers made, so that made it simple as far as the cover goes. And I like the nice clean images of the models. These are pattern models. They're, you know, illustrations, obviously, but I like the clean look of them. So I just want to keep things rather simple, but fun and pretty. So we'll have a lot of images because I have a lot of digital pieces that are already cut. Look at all of them. So I can use them in addition to ones that are cut from patterns or pattern catalogs. And I have these cards. And I'm not sure if these came from tailor-made journals. They might have. And that's a Mrs. Cox, but I probably won't use these because it's a different era. So this is simple right here, but that's what I want. My niece asked me to make a journal for her. I may have already told you, I don't remember. But I'm going away for a few days this week. I'll be here today and tomorrow, and then I'm going away with my daughter and her family, and my son is going with us. We're going to Hershey for a few days. So I don't want to start anything big. And I'm still mulling over what I want to do for Danielle's journal. And as I make hers, I'll make one to go in the shop too, probably. It'll be probably primarily florals for embellishments. It's going to be for her to store her wedding and honeymoon memories. She's the one that got married in the Thousand Islands, New York. And my sister is her mom, and my other sister and I went to the Thousand Islands to participate in the wedding, not just to attend it, but we participated in the music. And it was a lovely experience, just being there on Hart Island at Bolt Castle. That's where she got married. Outside. They don't do the weddings inside. But we got to go inside after the wedding, just to walk around like all the other tourists were doing. So anyway, that was a year ago, and she said she's finally ready to start putting things in a journal. So she asked me to make it for her. So I'm going to call that done. I'll put a reinforcement there and put probably some seam binding in that. Here's another one. These ladies came from a smaller home catalog. It's like a magazine style that you used to be able to buy and take home. I'm just going to cut right between her hand and her skirt so I can cut out this white part. I'm just going to glue it down anyway. I might have to use yellow for this one too. we have a blue tag and a yellow doily, and I'm going to add a pink element like the number label that I used on the other one. Now I am going to make 3 of each element because I have a third cover that I'm going to keep. And in case you missed it yesterday, I did list the ice cream journal that I made for myself. I decided I didn't need it because there are other journals coming up eventually that I would rather have, and I don't need to keep all of them. So I did sell the ice cream journal yesterday. Finally, the first one I put in the shop took several days to sell, but it sold yesterday, and then I sold my journal with the menu, which was so gorgeous. I mean, the menu was gorgeous. I'm not complimenting my own journal. So I do have another one to do, but that one needs to be fussy cut out, so I'll do that another time. Do you want to see the cover? The other cover? It's here. This one. Okay, now I have some of these vintage tags. One for each journal, and I have these images that came out of a vintage small magazine that would come in the mail. Looks like it's from the 50s, but kind of thin paper, and it's for slips, lingerie. I was cutting them, I was thinking, do I really need to do that? Because it doesn't show up on this color tag, but I'm going to back these with wallpaper or wrapping paper. So I have some vintage wrapping paper, small pieces and scraps. I also have pattern tissue that I could use, but I think I'll use the wrapping paper for these. I think it would be fun to take the little pieces and collage with them. Or maybe I'd rather do that with these because I don't want to cover up that cool vintage. Let's do this. And these came out of the counter book too. I think this one goes on this one. So this pink will be all covered, but this one, the back of it will stay plain so it can be journaled on. These pieces, some of these pieces came out of a vintage scrapbook from the 1940s. So this is stuck to the page. I'm surprised it's coming off now. looks a little messier than I wanted. I said I wanted to keep it clean and simple. I like that much better. Okay, that looks really cute. I like that. I trimmed in between her braid and her neck so that the label would show through. And I could just do a solid piece of gift wrap on one of the tags. Where'd the yellow one go? Oh, it's right here. I think I was going to put her on this and her on the blue. She's got blue purse and belt, but I thought I could put this on the background here. So I'm just going to rub this all over with a glue stick. My daughter's on vacation this week, and we planned this trip to Hershey. We bought concert tickets for down in Hershey, and it's supposed to rain all week. And concert is an outdoor, it's in a arena, but it doesn't have a roof. So we do have insurance for the concert tickets. We can get our money back, but we want to go to the concert. That's why we're going. It's Steve Miller Band, Journey, and Def Leppard. I love Steve Miller and Journey, and there's a few songs of Def Leppard that I like. I probably should have picked out something to collage with her before I laid her down. I have to remember where she goes, because there's glue spots on that now. Okay, what can I add to this? Maybe a word? Phrase? You are my sunshine. That goes with something yellow. A smile is the best makeup. She has a smile on her face. To be beautiful means to be yourself. So I can put her down first if that's what I'm going to use, because I wouldn't want to cover up the words anyway. Okay. And I have one more. I have this large doily piece. I think this one is striking. I like it. Now this has some embossing on it. I don't need the color so much as just some texture. Let me try something. It helps the embossing stand out a little. Maybe a piece of that bright pink for that corner. If I have a scrap of something. I don't have wrapping paper that fits the bill. I think that would work. So I'll put that one down first. So we have these 3 tags, all the same size, one for each journal. Aren't they fun? And these 2, and this will be a similar one. And I need 3 tags for each journal, so I'm going to use these. So I already said I don't want to cover that and the number. So I'm thinking I could just spray some color, or, oh, let's try stencils. I'll stencil some color, and maybe I'll add some of this German tape measuring tape. Well, that top will turn up, I'm sure. Oh, here it is. Okay, here are my stencils. I like this one. That looks like it would go with lingerie. Oh, that's pretty bright. We'll see what we think of it. I like it with the black. She belonged right there. There's a little bit of black around her head. That's how I could tell. So I will find a digital flower to glue down here, I think. That one's a little smaller, I think. Is it? No, it's the same. This is a digital. It says February 21st, 1949, Georgina Rennie. So this could be 1949, and that's either her name or the designer's name. Is that everything I need? I think so. Okay, there's that one. I have some pretty crinkled seam binding that I'm gonna pull down to add to these before the video's over, I hope. So I need an ink to go with this one. Yeah, I like that. Oops, this goes over here because that skirt is cut off there. So I need something there too. Is that her? Yep. And I'll put something up here to hide that black or that blue speck there because it's kind of bright. Hey, that looks pretty. Now, this is a navy blue slip. Maybe I'll do a pink background on that. I don't have to hide anything on her, but flowers would be lovely. And I'll look for a dark blue label. That's pretty. Yeah, I like that. With the dark label, the pale flowers are just a little extra touch. All right, I just have this one to do, but I will do that off camera. And I'm going to look for some crinkled seam binding. And I'll probably do that off camera, but come back on and tack it on. And then we'll look at all the tags that we did today. Let's see, I've got some lovely crinkled seam binding. And the name of the shop isn't on here, but I will link it. So I'll be back after I find seam binding for all of these tags. Okay, so I want a navy blue seam binding here, and I don't have it in the crinkled, so I'm going to crinkle my own. Just spray it with water. This is a heavier seam binding than this, I think. And it's still damp, so it'll lighten back up because it looks pretty dark right now. But it'll lighten as it dries. And it might not look as crinkly as the ones I bought when it's done, but all right, so I decided I'm going to use some fabric or lace sewn to the tops of these, which I'll do later. So let's just look at the tags we did. So these are on colored cardstock. And this is vintage wrapping paper as the background. Then we did 3 white ones, the vintage ones. The tags are vintage. And we stenciled the background. Look how aged this is on the back. And the blue inventory tags. And we'll be adding this one to it. Those girls. Yep. So that's 9 tags. 8 tags made in one session. And 1 to go. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. I don't know when it'll be. I don't know if I'll make any more videos before I go away. And we're coming home sometime Friday. So I'm not going to plan on making a video on Friday. So it might be a week or so, almost a week before you see another video. But, you know, I have old videos you can watch. And I appreciate all of you coming to my channel so faithfully. Please leave a comment on this one and any of the videos you watch. It really helps the algorithm for my channel. Thank you and have a creative day. Bye.